ADHD medication, Elvanse in particular. If you take Elvanse, I've got a bit of information for you that I've recently learned and I think it might be useful. So, as part of my titration, tit ration, that I like to call it, I started on Medicanet XL. It can be a bitch. So Medicanet XL, I did not like. It did not like me. We did not work together. It was a disaster. And this is where I ended up on Elvanse. And I like it when it works and when it helps me do what I need to do. And this is where the information comes in. Elvanse in particular, the way that one particularly works, is it doesn't start working until it metabolizes. The other medication sort of enters the bloodstream straight away, and that's how you feel it. Boom, like an instant kick. But Elvanse needs to metabolize and enter your blood that way, and people say they prefer that because it's a slower release and it doesn't feel so like woof. Now the thing with Elvanse, when it does metabolize and enter the bloodstream and you start to focus, you'll focus on whatever you're doing in that moment once it starts to work, which can be good or bad. If you take your Elvanse tab and you find yourself scrolling on TikTok or whatever for an hour, by the time that kicks in, it's gonna tell your brain to focus on whatever you're doing in that exact moment. So if you are scrolling, you might end up scrolling for about 5 or 6 hours because your brain thinks and you're told that that's your task of that's what you need to focus on in that moment of time. So you do it for about 5 or 6 hours. So the best thing that I would suggest if you're on Elvanse is set yourself a task list. Pop your tablet and try to do the first task. Now with executive dysfunction, you're probably not gonna start the task there and then, but just stick with it as much as you can. Even if you do nothing in that hour on that particular task, just stick with it, because when Elvanse kicks in, you'll find yourself doing that exact task in about 20 minutes, because that's where the tablet helps you. If it's a weekend though, and you're sat playing your video games, if you're like me, you'll be sat there for the next 5 or 6 hours playing your video games. And that's okay, we're allowed to do that from time to time. But like I say, Elvanse, that's how it functions. So do your best, if you're gonna take the tabs, to take the tab, start doing a task, like I say, even if you don't do anything, because when it does start to kick in, you'll fly through that list in absolutely no time. Whereas if you're not doing something that you want to be doing on that day and you feel your tablet is not functioning, well, now you know why, or at least it could be why. See you in the next one. Peace.